So, um, I should start this video probably like this.
Before the underdogs,
So why did I start lifting? It wasn't for all the ladies like some people like to think that they're lifting for. It wasn't to impress anybody. It was to make myself into a better person. So I started way back in maybe when I was like 14, so it was at like 2012 when I started lifting, and I didn't know what I was doing. All I had was my father helping me just pick up a weight and see what I could do with it. And I didn't really have a routine back then. I didn't know any like chest exercises or bodybuilding, or I didn't know what powerlifting was, didn't know what power building was. And eventually through high school I just realized that it was something to get my mind off things, get my mind straight about things I had coming my way through life, through school, through any strenuous activities I had going on. So it just became an escape for me, and I became a bodybuilder, power builder, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to tell you my story from this aspect. So when I started getting really serious about this lifting thing, it was in the summer of 2014. I was a skinny kid and I just didn't like the way I looked. I wanted to build up my leg strength to become a very quick, fast, reflexive goalie, and I wanted to help it out in that aspect for my team. So I would just go to the gym and I wouldn't really have a plan that day. I would just probably pick one body part for the day, like quads or hamstrings, whatever I could know, and I would just pick apart things that I could use for that specific day. So eventually I started looking up things on YouTube, and I found, of course, like Furious Pete, Max Shooting, all those guys that were strong and powerlifters and showed what they did everyday lives, and I thought it was so cool that they could show the world who they truly were and how they could help people. So from viewing all these videos, I started to pick up on things for extreme strength gain and some muscle growth as well. So for the next couple months, I had a pretty good track record of going to the gym and making myself a better person and making myself a better goalie. And then I had a tragic downfall from a emotional perspective. Not getting into too much detail, I had a bad relationship happen, and my emotions were just so out of whack, and I didn't have my mind cleared for what my goals were going to be. So I sat myself down, and for a couple months I wasn't myself, and I lost myself from the probably months prior, and I lost so much weight that I did go to the gym and I did work out, but it just wasn't the mentality, it wasn't there, and I just wasn't into it like I was before. So if you guys ever wondered why my like outro song is August Burns Red Ghost, it is because when I was in my haze of demise, if you can call it that I found this song on YouTube, and I loved a day to remember. I love Jerry McKinnon. He's a very good singer, and I found it through the YouTube search thing, and it really changed my mind. It got my mind right like that, and it made my whole world turned bright side up. And from that day forward, I got my mind straight, and I knew what my goals had to be, and I knew that I had to do something to stop myself from just going in a downward spiral. And all this time I was working at, let's say, a place called Raskin Bobbins, and it just wasn't, it was fun, but it just wasn't who I truly was. And I had to get my mind straight to make myself a better person and put myself out there to accompany all these people that I wanted to try to motivate. So from that day forward, I restarted my entire social media. I started this YouTube channel, I started back up my Twitter, and I remade my Instagram to try to bring people in and show them that there's always a brighter side of things. And whenever you're in a not depression state, but in a different state of mind, there's always something that can bring you back to a positive outlook on life and a positive way of thinking, and there's always something that can motivate you, inspire you, and bring you back to your same self or even a higher version of yourself. So why did I start lifting? I started lifting to become a better version of myself and make sure that I can motivate and inspire others to do the same thing as well. So why did you start lifting?